Hello, this is Jomo K. Johnson, uh, Christian minister, YouTube, I guess, video podcast, or whatever you want to call it. I just got a notification, I think, from Mike Winger. Number one, I'm not even subscribed to him. 7 hours ago, I'm working on a video on Todd White and more evidence of cover up culture because of how much time it's taking and how busy I am canceling today's live stream. The coming video will show not only that my original video about Todd was good and that the witnesses were real, but also some of the ways specific leaders of the charismatic movement have covered up for Todd White even this year. I am so tired of Mike Winger. I am so tired of Mike Winger. When I was in seminary, Westminster Seminary, 2009, 2014, it came to our attention that there were these people called heresy hunters. And number one, we respected the theological and academic authors, theologians who would speak against certain faiths or certain practices, but never against personality. It seemed as if those who were heresy hunters that focused on personalities had a hidden agenda. And it seems to me, more so than anything, Mike Winger, as much as he loves Jesus Christ, loves the attention that he gets from YouTube. Mike Winger and all of his followers, we know, we know that Todd White is a heretic. And we know that the charismatic movement, especially those in that same sphere, are astray. We've known this for 20 years, right? And while it is important to expose evil, to constantly make money off of it, profit off of it, to build a YouTube channel off of it, when you could be doing this privately as a journalist, shows to me that Mike Winger has an ulterior motive, which is to grow his YouTube channel, to grow his followers, and to continue to monetize his channel. I am, this is, and listen, Mike Winger will do an expose on me, I guess, if this gets enough videos. So let me kind of give you my rundown. I'm a sinner who has failed constantly, who has fallen short, who has had business failures, who has struggled with depression, and also had marital issues. So go ahead, Mike, and show those things. But damn, brother, I mean, let's go a little bit deeper, Mike Winger. Number one, uh, what church do you go to? What church do you go to? Can you share the church that you go to and that you're a member of? Share that publicly. Secondly, who are you accountable to? Name 3 people or ministers that you are accountable to right now that we can contact. And as a minority, I want to say to Mike Winger, I'm looking at your channels. How come you never address, or how come you never, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, how come you never look at faith from a Christian or minority perspective? How many African American guests have you had on your show in the last year? How come you just don't preach the gospel? Is that not good enough? Is preaching the gospel not profitable enough for you, Mr. Mike Winger, for your YouTube channel? Is serving a local church more important than serving a YouTube channel? Answer that question. You know, I know how many people, especially white Christians, who appreciate Mike, his orthodoxy, his concern for the truth. But I know no Christians of my own circle, of my own color, who seek him as a help or an authority. And this constant heresy hunting, listen, anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do what you do, Mike Winger. Anybody. And the fact that you monetize it, the fact that you make money off of it is sickening. There have been seasons in my life where I've chosen to absolutely get off of YouTube so I could focus on my personal relationship with Christ and service to the local church. And if you know anything about the local church, you know oftentimes you have to disassociate from social media so that it doesn't distract from the ministry to the local church. How are you doing that? And I know you may be saying, well, yes, my ministries, they reach and they're used by local churches. But every time I see you, it's you. I don't see any black Christians. I don't see any other type of believers besides those who look like yourself. I think Todd White is not only the problem, Mike Winger is also a problem. Corey Smart, Corey Minor, I think is also a problem. I think Christians like Ruslan, who host these YouTube channels, are also a problem. When you do your good works before men and you monetize it outside of the church connection, you are a problem. So, Mike Winger, you are a fundamental white Christian, orthodox in your faith, who is making money off heresy hunting. Last question, Mike Winger. Would you be willing to show us how much money you have made in the last 10 years off your YouTube channels? Would you be willing to show that? And would you be willing to show how much money goes to the local church, not your own ministry? It's absolutely ridiculous, and it makes me angry and upset. You're exposing people we know who are heretics. And again, if you want to help the victims, how about go silent? Go under the radar, become a journalist, expose them privately. You do this for clicks and for views. And it's ridiculous. I've had many issues with Christianity, mainly myself and my own sinfulness. As someone who has sought to be a witness against Donald Trump and white Christians who expound evangelicalism in the name of MAGA, I've also sought to expose how atheism is another form of white supremacy. We got to go a little bit deeper and expose those who profit off the gospel by heresy hunting. And Mike Winger is right now top of the line. If you are a follower of Mike Winger, ask yourself this. Is he preaching the gospel, or is he preaching against those who he doesn't like?